Right now, getting ready to get some dogs. Once again, on the want and don't wants. Don't wants and do wants. Some hot dogs. Yeah. Like delectable. Now I see this young lady over here. This is your shirt. See the one? See that? This is her shirt. And she's got a Halloween shirt on. Michael Myers says, "Here to crash the party, Halloween 2." She's very young. Maybe she doesn't know what Halloween is. And sometimes I see people wearing the shirt, the Nirvana shirt, from the band Nirvana, and Guns N' Roses shirt. And I ask them about it, and they don't know what the fuck it is. Black folks, so maybe she doesn't know what that is. You realize that's a serial killer you got on your shirt? That's what Michael Myers is. He's a serial killer.
I know his movies.
Huh?
I watch his movies.
You watch his movies? You like Friday the 13th? No, I'm gonna pass on the back. I'll pass on the back.
Okay. You want napkins?
Yeah, I'll take some napkins. So what is it about our culture, or maybe just people in general, societies in general, that we get off to serial killers? And like we make them into, celebrities and shit.
You gotta enter your PIN.
Yeah. I don't think that went in correctly. I don't know what the fuck is that. That's been in. There it is. You don't want to get into it, do you?
What, my shirt?
Yeah. Michael Myers, Jason.
I like scary movies, and the shirt is just...
You like the scary movies?
Yeah, that's it.
So would you put on a shirt of, let me say, Ted Bundy and sport that?
I don't like Ted Bundy.
You don't like Ted Bundy? You like Michael Myers and the way he killed motherfuckers. I guess, hey, I ain't judging. I'm just curious. That's all. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on in the world, So yeah, it's like we don't think nothing of it, right? But it's very much a world that glorifies the dark elements. That glorifies the dark elements of shit like, gory movies and horror movies. I'm not judging. I'm just saying it is what it is. There was a time I sat back and watched that stuff, and now I don't watch it. I think a good bit of it because it just doesn't have enough to stimulate my intellect. And then if you do it well, like maybe something like, I don't know, Silence of the Lambs, but Friday the 13th, Halloween, Freddy Krueger and all that kind of shit. I don't give a fuck, man. Have you ever thought about that, though? There was this video I saw on YouTube, and they had a bunch of people sitting out there, out in some little town. I don't know what town it was and what state, what city. It was obviously a town. They're sitting out there congregating, and somebody is out there dressed like, this is all based off of real events. This isn't just like, Michael Myers or something that they, came up and imagined. This is based off of real events. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Real life-like events, actual life events, And somebody's out there dressed like Leatherface, right? And chainsaw. He could have been Leatherface, same height, same build, everything. And there's this kid, in primary school kid, but I don't know, maybe 6th grade at the most, more like 5th grade. And Leatherface, or the guy trying to portray Leatherface, just he's rearing up his goddamn chainsaw and shit and start chasing him around and shit. The kid's terrified. He's scared out of his fucking mind. He's thinking to himself, you're not Leatherface, bro, and this ain't no fucking movie. I don't care there's people around right now. I don't know you and what the fuck you're tripping on. And they put that up on YouTube, and everybody got a laugh at that shit. And they had another kid, speaking of Michael Myers, and he was about, I don't know, maybe a late 5 or late 4 or an early 5 years of age. And there was some kind of carnival kind of thing over there. On YouTube, I saw this. And Michael Myers is there, dressed up like Michael Myers. He looks just like Michael Myers. He had the same height, same build and shit, like the Leatherface did. And people are sitting around, and I guess this guy was like, I love Leatherface. It's like he's a real big fan of Leatherface. So, not Leatherface, but Michael Myers. And he's got the knife and everything, and he's dressed up like him and shit. And he says, so let's go and confront these, put these two, face to face with one another, and let them see one another and see what the kid does. So the kid just sits there for a while and just looks at him, right? Mouth open, like he's trying to put their shit together in his little fucking 4 or 5 year old fucking mind. So eventually he just comes up and gives him a hug. And everybody says, oh, and they're sitting there watching and shit, And then he catches himself and he pushes him back and he pushes off of him, and like he looks at him again like, yeah, why am I hugging this motherfucker? I'm trying to understand what's going on in this psychology, right? He's gonna give him a hug. He's a fucking serial killer. And so I was talking earlier in a video about poltergeist and beetlegeist. Sometimes we're so into something we don't even step back to really catch what we're fucking doing and what that means. So this kid can grow up to be a serial killer now because he's so, fascinated by the whole scene, the whole lifestyle was in. And who do we blame for that shit? Because we're advocating it in a lot of ways. Yeah. This is a poltergeist realm right here. It's like we don't like to think of ourselves in that way, but we're very dark down here. We tend to be very dark. We embrace the darkness. Halloween. She's got the Halloween shirt on. Halloween, that's adults' most favorite fucking holiday in America anyway. I don't know if they do it anywhere else in the world of the year. And we'll take something that was meant to be holy. Because that's what Halloween is. It was called initially St. Hollow's Day. And that's when saints went out and they fed the people who were needy. And we'll take something that's holy time and time again and alter it until it's kind of condescending of what it was initially intended to be. Like Christmas, we take that and we put the devil in a big red suit and we say, go out and buy all you can fucking buy in the name of fucking Christmas. Easter, it's a fucking Easter bunny. But I'm not saying there's anything wrong. I'm not judging it. Hell, I enjoy fucking the shit too, I guess, yeah? I'm not being a hypocrite. I'm just saying, do you think about that for it's kind of a trip, right? But we don't like to think about it. So I asked this guy once upon a time. I said, well, are you Christian or are you devil worship? What do you do? Are you about the devil or are you about God? You love God or the devil? He says, well, I love God. I said, okay, well, some random guy, out in Las Vegas. I just stopped and called him and started asking questions. Like I was trying to ask this girl in here some questions, and left it alone. I don't think she really wanted to go there. So anyway, he's like, yeah, I love God. Don't you know I'm about the God? But I was like, so who do you say would you serve the most out of God and the devil, between the two? And he talked about it, and he said, to be honest with you, I say I serve this devil the most of the time, and he gave him the percentages and everything of what it was. So like, if this was to pop off right now, and you were to say that you believed in something like that, like the Bible was coming out right now, and like when we get an eye, just the heavens opened up and trumpet and all that shit. What do you think? Where do you think you'd be standing? A lot of people are like boo, 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 and down with the devil and all this shit. And ready to see Michael Myers get his ass handled on the movie, and yet they wear his shirt. But they're not actually wanting him to go out there and kill anybody, right? When you see the movie, he's not in Leatherface as well, But I guess they don't wear Leatherface shirts. I mean, it's complicated. It's complex. Where do you think you'd go? The skies would split right now. And here it is. You don't consider yourself to be on Team Devil or Team Satan or Team Darkness. Maybe you do. How's Anthony Terrell? I'm eating some devil's food right now. It's not cake, but it's not ambrosia either, either. This is the devil's world. If I were to believe in such things, I'd have to say the devil has got the most points going on with the people anyhow. Whether they're doing it deliberately, consciously, or just going with the flow of their nature. I'm gonna say the devil's got the greatest advantage. But then you go listen to Quran over there and he tells you the light is winning. I don't know. Light, dark, Really, what's the fucking difference, man? I mean, you probably say, well, we know the difference. Well, I'm glad you do. It's very difficult sometimes to tell the difference for some people, what's light and what's dark. You take that incident, what happened, they called 9/11, right? September 11th, 9/11. And the whole thing held with a blow up in New York and all the fucking terrorist shit. And they call it terrorist. In America, and other places in the world call it terrorist. You know what they call it in the Middle East? The ones who exacted the thing, that perpetrated the thing, the whole thing? They call that shit a jihad. In their language, that means a holy war. So, dark, light, good, bad, evil. What is it, man? I look at the Bible right now, and I can find all kind of things that, or you can say, well, that isn't right, that's evil, you know. And then you say, well, the Lord's the one that did it, like Revelations. Is that good or bad? I guess the Lord's doing it, it's good, right? And it's righteous at least. But you have the same revelations to say, well, this is the devil doing this shit to you, not the Lord. And all of a sudden, you see all this fucking shit in it that you're not vibing with. Or just passing and saying it's okay because it's the Lord. You say, well, that is fucked up. So good, bad, I don't fucking know, man. You know? This hot dog, good or bad? It tasty motherfucker. But taste is relative as well. I've been doing this ever since I was a kid, so my palate is suited to this motherfucking shit. You got people out there that palate is not suited to this. They'll eat this and they say, what the fuck is that? When you eat some of the shit that they're eating, you say, what the fuck is that? Good or bad, though. From me and my palate, it's a tasty motherfucker. Irrespective of whether it's good or bad. So I guess in that respect, it's good. Tastes good, huh? BMW. Good or bad? Sometimes things come down to right or wrong. And right or wrong boils down to works or doesn't work. And works or doesn't work for who? Or whom? This individual, that individual? A more collective group of individuals? Which I guess makes them a group at such point. The global. Dynamic, whatever you want to call it. We can go on and on about being fucking Debbie. We can go all the way back to when the BMW fucking started and began. We can go back further to when Henry Ford came up with the 4T model. That shit began. We can go back further to the fucking motor, the motor. We can go back further to the goddamn wheel. Well, and bring it all the way up to current time and throw in what works or doesn't work with the motherfucking ozone layer and the global fucking goddammit situation we got over here of warming and all other kind of matters and variables and such. So, good, bad, right, wrong, works, doesn't work, for whom? The individual, collective, it's a Mercedes. Now ask yourself, good or fucking bad, right or fucking wrong, works or doesn't fucking work. Like this hot dog, my colon might say the shit doesn't work, but I say it's a tasty motherfucker just the same. I got the Sawfish Pouch Planet. Where's the fucking lottery, huh? Where's the lotto at? Across the street. I remember seeing it across the street this morning. You know, I don't even keep up with that shit. I'm down. Every blue moon, the lottery was, as I'm passing by all randomly and shit, will catch my attention. I say, oh, look at that. And I give it some fucking mind. Pay her some mind. Do you have people out there, are you one of those people that just keeps up with the lottery? You know, when this shit's way up there, and they're like, man, it's in the large millions. Money, you know. It may not be good, bad, right, wrong, dark, light, any of that for you. It may be for you just a medium to get what you want and do what you want to do in life. And so maybe you have a lot of money. And somebody's like, gas, regular unleaded at 7-Eleven off of Hiawassee and Colonial is at $3.84 and motherfucking 9/10 of a dollar. Man, you know? So now here we fucking go, right? They got a fucking hose in your fucking gas tank if you don't have a lock on that bitch, trying to siphon the gas out of your goddamn your car, taking your gas tank of your car and put it into their little gas can there and go get them some gas on your dime. So good, bad, right, wrong, you got all that money. Next thing you know, you got a lot of things going on that you got to deal with. You know? You got to deal with the good, the bad, and the ugly, because that's how money works. You know? You got to be on your P's and Q's. You know? You got to kind of separate yourself from certain people, certain individuals, certain groups. You got to be unattainable to certain people, certain groups. You get out of touch, perhaps, with certain people, certain groups. You know? So it has its way. It's just the world you're living in. So maybe for you it doesn't mean anything. It's just a medium to get the things that you want and do the things that you want to do and be the things that you want to be and go where you want to go and so on and so forth. But it's not like that for everyone. And because you have it and they don't have it, some people will say that makes it problematic for you. So, if it makes it problematic for you, do you have problems? Some have more than others, some have less than others. Some people deal with their money quite well. You know? They make their money doesn't make them as much as possible, as much as humanly possible. But what would happen if you were to lose all your money? Like that, it's gone. For most people, when I say most people, some people, it doesn't take all the trials and tribulations of Job. What it takes is for them to be extremely rich or wealthy and find themselves having less money. Like Donald Trump, not even fucking no money, but just less money. He once had a statement I heard that his greatest nightmare is to be a millionaire. Think about it. Most people's greatest fucking dream is to be a millionaire. His greatest nightmare is to be a millionaire. My identifying mark. This is the real McCoy.